Hi guys! So yesterday we talked a little bit about what plants need. They need water, they need sun, they need soil, but we didn't really talk about how they get those things. So instead of a regular read aloud story time, I'm gonna go through a book that has all the different parts of a plant and we're gonna talk about it. And then I have some real examples for you. So, for example, the flowers that we were using yesterday, they were just sucking in the water through the bottom because they're just a cut flower. But most plants, they have roots in the ground to hold them in the soil. So we're gonna look at this picture of all the different parts of the plant. And if you see down on the bottom, it has the roots. The roots are what the plant uses to suck up nutrients from the soil and water. Now, I can't very well pull one of my big plants out of their pot, but if you remember from the other day, I was showing you the onion bulb, and if you look closely on the bottom, you can see that it has the roots. If I was to put this onion in the ground, you see the roots are on the bottom? The roots would start grabbing into the soil and they would start to suck up water, suck up different nutrients from the soil, and then this would turn into an onion plant. And that brings me to the next part of the plant, which is the stem. You see the stem, the big tall green part that's sticking out of the soil? The stem is the part that gives the plant strength. You see all the stems I have here on my houseplant? That's what holds the plant up so it can go grab the sun. So these are all the stems for my plant. And if you want to take a look at my other plant, you see how my plants are different? You see how my plants are a little bit different, but they both have stems that hold up the leaves. And speaking of leaves, the leaves are the next part of the plant. You see all the green things sticking out at the end of the stems? Those are the leaves. And you see this one has big, fat, round leaves. And this one has big pointy leaves that are almost like hands. See, if I get hot, I can just fan myself. And then the way a plant makes more plants is it has to make seeds. If you look inside of the picture of the tomato, you can see that it has seeds inside. And I went into my refrigerator and I found a lemon just so I could find a little lemon seed for you. I know it's a little blurry, but that's the seed for my lemon. You think if I put this lemon seed in the ground, it would turn into a lemon? I don't know. Maybe we can try. And then also, speaking of the lemon, some plants make fruit where they hide their seeds inside. And that's where the seed is in some plants, not all plants. Some of them just have flowers and they put the seed inside the flower. Down here is where you would find the seed inside this flower when it was ready to make seeds. So those are all the different parts of the plant. You see the roots are on the bottom. They suck up the water and the nutrients. The stem holds the plant up so it can go high, 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 and then it's able to get the sunlight. And then the leaves are what takes in the sunlight. And then some plants make fruit so they can make seeds. And then all the plants need to make seeds so they can make another little baby plant. So this is just an example of a little plant. What kind of plant do you think that this is? I think it's a tomato plant. And then I have a good example of a stem. So remember how I said the stem holds up the plant? Well, did you know that the big, hard, fat part of a tree trunk, just like our friend Steve the tree from the book from the other day, that's also the stem for the tree. That's how a tree grows so big, big and tall. It's got a big, strong wooden stem, but we also call it a tree trunk. So the tree's trunk is the stem that holds up. You see how it holds all the leaves up really high up in the sky? It does the same thing as the stem. All right, guys, so what we're gonna do is we are gonna make our own plants, and then we're gonna identify all the different parts of the plant. Without me showing you, do you remember any of the parts of the plant? There's a few. Can you remember any of them? You know I can't hear you, this is a video, so I just hope you can listen. But we have the roots down on the bottom. The roots are like the feet for the plant. They hold them nice and strong into the ground. And then the stem comes up. It's like the body for the plant, holds it nice and tall. And then the leaves are like the hand, and they catch all the sunlight so they can take in all the sunlight and give them energy. And then the flower is the pretty part that helps them make more seeds and fruit. Because sometimes a bee will come and land on the flower, and then it'll carry pollen from one flower to another flower, and that's how they make more seeds. Okay? So this was our book, The Different Parts of a Plant, and we actually did an experiment that was in this book, and I'm going to show it to you because it's going to take a little bit of time for that experiment to start working. But you see how we put the colored water with the flowers? Hopefully, if it works, this is what's going to happen to our flowers. All right. So I will be doing another activity with you guys if you get your construction paper and your scissors and your markers and your glue. In the next video, we'll be making our own plants, and we're going to label the different parts. All right? I will talk to you soon, guys. Bye. Have a good weekend. Bon weekend.